So starting very similarly, want to release the shoulders. So nice trap release, back of the hands together, and just give some little shoulder rotations. And thinking, taking up to the ears, around and behind. And all the time as you stand here, start to draw in the abdominals. And keep breathing. So if you've got any crunchy bits, keep it small. And once they start to warm up, make the little circles a bit bigger. Couple more. Keeping the elbows as straight as you can. That's a challenge. It's easy just to waft, but really keep the arms long and use all of that shoulder area. One more. That's good. And then arms straight out in front. And we will reach forward again with straight elbows and then draw the scapula around the back to give each other a kiss. Reaching forward and then back again. And here she comes, excuse me, keep going. Hello, Liz. Don't worry. No worries. We're starting to warm up very similarly to last week. So starting standing without any weights at the moment. One more reaching forward. Last one reaching back. And then allow the arms to be really heavy. We'll start working up the knees and the hips. So feet hip width apart. Feel the big toe, little toe and heel firmly earthed on the ground. And we'll do some squats. So you want to send the bottom behind you. You can take your arms out in front and then think squeezing from the hip bone to stand. So nice and small to start. And as we do this, still drawing in through the abdominals. And as I said to everyone, obviously working with weights, if you feel any pain, just lose them at any point. Put them down, restart if you want to. And give me a wave and unmute yourself if you need me. And then take your feet just wider than hip width apart, and we'll do some bigger ones. So knees pointing towards the toes, toes are pointed out. And again, just bending down, squeezing the bum to stand. So Fiona, turn your toes out and your legs out so the knees and feet are pointing. That's it. So nice sumo squat type of seats. Going as low as you can, sending your bottom way behind you. Two more. Final one. And then we do the same thing. We're going to add balance. So squatting down, standing and lifting one leg. And down, standing same side, lifting one leg. I'll try not to fall over myself. That's it. And think tummy button to spine, squeezing the standing leg bottom. One more this side. And then over to the other side. So we've got everything engaged. Shoulders are relaxed. Bottoms are squeezing. Watch your knees. Make sure they stay in line with your feet. One more. Fabulous. Then have your weights to hand. We're going to roll down, getting the back moving. So back to hip width apart with the feet facing forward. Tummy buttons engaged, nodding the head. Rolling down. Imagine you're going up and over a big beach ball. Allow your arms to hang. Just roll down to say below the knees for this first one. Allow your head to be heavy. Little breath in there. Breathing out, drawing in through the tummy button. Drawing yourself up again, sending the tailbone down to the floor until you're standing nice and tall. And again, nodding the head. breathing out, rolling forward, go a little bit further each time. That's it. Breath in at the low point. Keep your knees soft if you want, and then breathing out, drawing through the tummy button. Use the abdominals to pull you up, working through the spine piece by piece to come to standing. Final one, and this time, as we reach the floor, you're going to grab your weights. So nodding the head, breathing out, sending your tailbone up the wall behind you. At your lowest point, still breath in, then breathe out, drawing yourself back up, bringing your weights with you. And we'll add them with some little side bends. So very simple to start with, bending down one way, stretching out the other side of the back, the side of your body. Same side, reaching down towards the knee with one weight, tummy button to spine still to really get the abs working for you to draw it back up. And you're working as if you're between two panes of glass. So be conscious that you've got no little twist happening in your upper body. And you want those hip pelvis area to be nice and stable and in the straightest line as possible. And then the other side, sliding down. And you might feel one side is tighter than the other. It's looking good. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. And then we've got one more this way. And it all starts off nice and simply. Sort of see the weights get heavy the more we use them. Arms out in front. Allow the shoulders to be down your back. Think resting on your armpits. And we'll do our chest expansion. So pressing back with the upper arms, keeping the arms straight. As the arms come behind you, you're lifting your heart to extend the upper back ever so slightly. Breathing in to bring the arms back out in front of you. And again, pressing back with the upper arm, lifting the heart ever so slightly. So it's a little bit of a tricep press. One more basic one, breathing out. Pressing back, think the upper arm leading, lifting the heart. And then coming back up. And we'll add our balance challenge. So as we press the arms behind us, you're thinking squeezing the bum to come up onto your tiptoes, keeping the ankles nice and secure, and then coming back down to your full foot. So keep going. And I'll have a good watch and see what wibbling I can find. Oh, interesting. Fiona, you might want to take your feet slightly wider. So I'm watching for knees and ankles. See the runners. Really, we want our strong ankles. That's good. And the other thing to think about is try not to take your weight too far forward over your toes as you come up. You want to think it's hard, squeezing the bum to almost come up in a straight line as if someone's just pulling you up from the tops of your shoulders. Just do a couple more. It's hard, it's really hard to get that balance right. Simple things can be a real good challenge. That's looking great. One more. Good. And then take the arms up overhead. You can use weights or not, remember, and we'll just draw one arm down by our side. Palm stays facing forward for both hands. And you want to make sure, as I keep saying, the abs are drawing into your body. The upper shoulders are really as relaxed as you can be. Final time this side. If you need to take your arms down and reset, do. Arms up, back overhead, and the same thing. And the arm is almost aiming behind you, the one that's working. Still keeping those abs engaged, making sure you've got space from the upper shoulder to the ear. That's it. One more. Good. Now we're back to some balance work. So arms out in front, so very similar to our chest expansion, pressing back with the upper arms. As you do that, drag one foot behind you on the floor, then lift it. Oh, I'm falling over. So you've got one arm, both arms behind you, one leg, and then you can pulse the arms for 3. And then come back. So you're having to use your abdominals to control that and keep the shoulders down. Same side. So pressing back with the upper arms for that tricep press. Balance for your ankle, proprioception, and you can pulse those arms as the legs behind you and balanced. And that's looking fantastic, everyone. Much better job than I was doing. Good. And have a play around. See how flat you can get your back and your leg in a nice long line. That's it, lovely. Well held, Maud. One more on this leg. Caroline, keep your chin slightly nodded. Take the pressure off your back, that's it. And then change sides. See whether one side is less stable than the other. I'll see how I get on here. My hip and pelvis is rather twisted at the moment. It's not good. So I need to nod my chin again. Oh, rubbish. You're doing much better than I am. That's it, Elaine. Oh, see, I shouldn't have looked at you. I'll put you off. Good. Lovely, Marie. That's it, Liz. Very nice. 2 more on this side. Well done, Fiona. And then you can lose the weight just for a moment. Come back down onto your mat. So if you need to readjust the camera, have a moment to do that. And have the weights close by. I can take my glasses off now, be able to see. And we'll do our pelvic tilts to finish off warming up. So you find your nice semi-supine position, tummy button drawing into the spine, nice flat, so you've got slight arch in your lower back, but ever so slight. Backs of the ribs on the mat, shoulders wide on the mat. Give your head a bit of a length. And then as you breathe out, tummy button to spine, curling the pubic bone towards you, so your bottom just slightly lifts off, and then breathe in to place it down. Trying to minimize the wobbling of knees and legs using the abdominals, but the focus is on really getting the back mobile and flexible. So breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, tilting the bottom off the mat, staying small to start with, and then breathing in, placing yourself down again. That's it. And gradually work up the spine so you're taking it higher each time. That's it. So breathing out, Liz, curling forward, peeling off. That's it. Keep that pubic bone curl towards you. Breath in to hold. Breathe out, think softening through the front of the body, placing the upper back, middle back, then lower back, and then finally unpeeling. Lovely. Don't arch too much at that point. Keep the ribs down. And if you want to grab weights, you can bring your arms up with you. So breathing out, peeling off, coming up to bra strap level. reaching for the ceiling. So you breathe in and breathing out, softening through the chest, placing the upper back, middle back, lower back down until the pubic bone uncurls, and either circle the arms, keeping them high so you're not putting any stress on the shoulders. Ready to go again. That's it. One more of these. Peeling off as you breathe out, using the abdominals to keep control of the body. Breath in at the high point, breathing out, peeling down, piece by piece. And you can use the weights here for sort of a bit of help, holding them over your chest and allowing the arms to be really heavy in the shoulder joint. We'll do our hip rolls, bringing one leg into tabletop, then the other. So you want tailbone and ribs firmly on the mat. Breathing in to rotate the knees to one side, keeping them together and in line. Breathing out, sucking in through the abdominals deep to bring you back to center. So your shoulders stay on the mat. Breathing out to center. Caroline or anyone else, if you want extra oomph, extend a leg and bring it back to center. If it's not working for you today, feet on the floor. And of course, you can lose the weights on the hands to keep yourself more stable, however you want to challenge yourself today. And remember, the harder it is, the further your knees are away from your body. That's it, Marie. So breathing in, drop the knees to one side. Breathing out, tummy button to spine to bring them back to center. Maybe don't go so far and allow those arms to be really heavy in the shoulder joint. That's it, Liz. Don't take them so far. You're obviously strong, but just keep the knees together in line with each other, so that right knee closer to the left. That's it, just to there. Then breathe out, suck in your tummy button to pull the knees back, so you're actually getting those abdominal muscles to work nice and hard. Good. Maud, I think you can angle your knees slightly further away from your body. Yeah, you can drop the feet slightly lower. That'll be it. Perfect. One more on each side. And then if you need to, hug your knees in for a little breather. And we'll go on to coordination, which is a preparation for the 100. So with or without the balls, you can either start with your elbows on the mat, palms facing away. We're going to nod the head, extend the legs away. So it's like a little chest lift, but you're also getting some arm work as well, or arms to the ceiling. Breathing out, nodding the chin, nodding the head, sliding the ribs towards the tummy. So breathing out to extend everything and breathing in to slowly roll back to the mat. So breathing out, nod the head, pressing down with the arms, so you're really getting some work, extending the legs. Abs are really engaged, keeping everything secure and strengthening all the front of the body. That's it, so nodding the head, curling forward, extending, good. You don't need to come up too far, keep the ribs, back of the ribs on the mat, so it's more like a chest lift rather than the teaser. That's good. One more of these, because you'll be going at it for a while, and we can add on. So breathing out, nodding the head, extending the legs, then turning the legs out so the toes are pointing away and doing 10 beats. So your inner thighs are open in place, you have to hold you up and then bending back in. So breathing out, nod the chin, curling up, extend the legs, turn the legs out, and beat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And curl back in. So keep going that. Breathing out, nod the chin, curling forward, extending the legs, turning them out. And then beat the inner thighs together, so you're having to control. That's it, and curling back in again. Good. Breathing out, curling up. Beating those legs together. If you want to lose the weight at any point, please do remember it's there to make you stronger, not hurt yourselves. One more of these. You're doing brilliantly. Curling up, extending the legs. That's it, laying feet together, nice and straight, and then lie back down. You can hug your knees in again for a little breather. Good. Well, I think we can add on some half rollbacks to that. So again, with or without weights, you want to come to sitting, find your sit bones, feet hip width apart, feet flat on the mat, though they might come off a little bit. Sitting nice and tall, arms up to the ceiling to start with, slight bend of the elbow. You're going to hinge back, then you're going to slide your tailbone away from you and bring the arms down and up. So you're having to use the abdominals to keep you in that position and then curling forward, sitting nice and tall. So it's harder with the weights because you've got different physics going on. You want to keep those shoulders as relaxed as possible and still all the abs working. So Liz, sit nice and tall, arms up ahead. That's it. Hinge back with a flat back. Then send the tailbone away so you're curling back ever so slightly to the point you've got to really hold. That's it. And then lift and lower your arms for 3. That's it. And nod the head, curling forward. Brilliant. That's it. It's a challenging one to get even without the abs. So hinge, sending the tailbone away. You're having to hold that position where you want to fall back and then curling up. That's it, Marie. Good. That's it, Caroline. Lovely, Elaine. Good, Fiona. One more of these. And then again, you can lose the weights or keep them. I don't mind. We'll do legs. So hinging back, curling back ever so slightly to a point you've got a hold, and then just lift and lower the legs for 3. So you're using your abdominals to keep you as much as possible in this very awkward position, and then curling forward and sitting tall. So it really doesn't matter. The balls are just extra challenge. Oh, sorry, the weights are just extra challenge, especially if you've got the heavy ones, Fiona. That's it, curling back. The real point of the exercise is to get those abdominals controlling everything. Good, Elaine. That's it. So really send the tailbone away. Hold yourself down. Lovely. Good. And one more. So hinge. Send the tailbone away. So you're aiming your lower back towards the mat, drawing in through the abs. And then we're lifting the legs nice and slowly. Oh, shake of work, and I've done hardly anything. Curling forward and then sit tall. Good. Building on. We'll do some rowing. So this time you can extend your legs. Think inner thighs glued together, arms out in front of you with or without weights. Now you have a little play with this because if you've got a sofa, you might want to use it, and I'll explain in a minute. We're going to hinge back, do a little bicep curl, roll all the way down to the mat, extend the arms so your weights are facing downwards, nod the chin, tummy button drawing into the spine to bring you up to sitting, just like that. And you can add some arms behind if you want with a little lean forward, ready to go again. So it's just like our roll back, and the weights may or may not help you. If you find you can't come up, which a lot of us can't, we get stuck, roll onto your side and come up to sitting, because the focus on going backwards is using exactly the same muscles. And if you have a sofa, you can jam your feet up against it and it might help you come up as well. Have a little play around, but focus on those abdominals, drawing in, and definitely focus on coming up. That's it, right. So arms out in front, palms facing forward, upwards. Start rolling back and bend the elbows into a bicep curl. Then extend the arms, turn the palms facing downward. Tummy button to spine, nod the chin, curl all the way up. And if you want to stretch forward and take the arms behind as if you're doing a little breaststroke, please do. Then bring them forward, ready to start again. Focusing on keeping the shoulders away from the ears, Maud. Use those abdominals. That's it. Good. That's it, Liz. Nod the chin, nod the chin. That's better. Make sure there's no strain on the neck. Doing great, Elaine. Focus on the rolling back. Brilliant. Good, Fiona. That's it, Caroline. Very smooth. Really think everyone's sucking those abs in. That's it, Marie. Good. Good, good, good. One more. I'm mightily impressed. I'm working you hard. Good, good, good. That's it. Shins nodded as you curl forward. Very smooth. And stay sitting upwards for this one. We'll lose the weights in a minute. And we're going to similarly hinge back. Then just take one elbow behind us. So we're rotating the upper body. Hinge, then rotate. And sit tall. Hinge, rotate. So you stay in the same position with your arm, pretty much. Legs still glued together. That's it. Lift a little bit taller once you've done this one. That's it. Sit up nice and tall, then hinge straight backwards. Just take the elbow as the ribs rotate round, and then final time on this side. Hinge, think ribs, Fiona, rather than arm. So you're rotating the body. And then other side. So we hinge, rotate the ribs, and take the elbow behind. Come back up to sitting. That's it, hinge. Rotate the ribs to take that elbow behind. Yes. Remember, use the abs to sit nice and tall. You've got a slight squeeze of the bum as well to keep you tall. Shoulders relaxed. That's it, Marie. You're doing great with those jaws. Good. More, don't sink. Sit nice and tall and proud. Abs and bum. 2 more on this side, everyone. That's good. Well done. All right. Lose the weights for a minute. Put them close by, and we will start focusing on the backs of our bodies and do our lovely bridging. So find that nice position again. Feel the shoulders wide on the mat, arms by your side. Then breathing out, squeezing the bottom to lift you up into that nice long line in one movement. Breath in at the top, breathing out, straight back down. And remember, if you're feeling any cramp, just bring your feet closer to your body. But breath out to squeeze and lift, breathing in to place yourself down. And then make sure as you're when you're at the top, you're not popping up your ribs. You're a long, long line, knees over toes. So nice familiar exercise that you're all good at. Focus on the knees, staying in line and aiming over your tootsies. Nice and relaxed in the shoulders. Make sure your necks are nice and long. One more standard one. That's it, lovely. And then have a little play and do our full Pilates bridge. So narrow, breathe out, lift. If you're comfortable, extend one leg to the ceiling, then you beat it down to knee height of the other leg, back to the ceiling, down and change sides. So keeping the abs engaged, squeezing the bum, extending the long leg, trying not to drop the hip as you do so. You're trying to keep everything nice and stable. And keeping the bottom on the same height as you lift and lower the long leg. That's it. Make it a little smoother, everyone. There's a lot of violence in these legs today. And then up to the ceiling, bum down. Good. And changing sides whenever you're ready. Using your breath. So breath out to lift. Breath in to extend the leg and then breathing to beat. With control, keeping the abs engaged, keeping the hips on one level, keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. Looking very good. And one more on each side, or balance yourselves up. And from there, let's try and extend the legs, one leg nice and long, and the other leg up to the ceiling. We'll do our leg circles. So 8 in each direction. Really think about stirring pain to the hips, and you're trying to keep the body from rocking around. If it's not working today, bend the knee and really focus on getting those circles as circly as possible. So nice and slow. Again, it's a challenge for the abs to keep the body stable. So if you feel your other hip that's not working is shifting, or your bottom's coming off the mat, keep that down and make the circle a little bit smaller. Marie, you might want to just lengthen your neck a little bit, nodding your chin, and it's perfectly fine to have a little cushion behind your head now. We're not going to ruin any necks by having some comfort. So 8 circles in one direction, reverse the direction, then change the legs. Really focus both bottom cheeks on the mat, keeping control of the circle to minimize any moving around. Imagine someone's pulling those nice long legs. So you're trying to get some length behind the knee if they're straight and long. That's it. When you're done, just hug your knees in so I can see who's finished. Because you're all breathing and working at different speeds, which is perfectly fine. That's good, Caroline. Just minimize the rock. That right leg is lifting a little bit. Good, okay. So as we're hugging the knees in, shame to waste it, nod the chin, curl forward, single leg stretch. So extend one leg, keep curling up, keep breathing, keep drawing the abs through the body towards the spine. Elbows nice and wide, chest up towards the knee, not knee to the chest, and extending the long leg, and keep breathing and breathing. And 10, and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, nearly there, and 2, last ones. Then hug the knees in, have a breather, 2 seconds. Then nod the chin, press the shins away to curl you up again. Double leg stretch, extend arm and legs and curl in towards your knees. Extend and in. So breathe in to extend, breathe out to curl in. Today in and out. In and out. That's it. That's it. Good. Keeping the chins nodded, keeping curled up as much as you can into that chest lift towards your knees. 2 more. Final one. And then lie down, hug those knees in. Breathe. Allow the abs time to relax before we come back up to sitting. Grab the weights if you can. And we will do our spine twist. So if you don't want to use them, don't have to, find your sit bones. So find the bony bits of your bottom so you're sitting as tall as you possibly can. If you've got weights, I'd suggest having them in front of you. So we're going to simply breathe in to rotate one way, breathing out, sucking in the abs to the other. Breathing in to rotate and breathing out. And you can focus also on your feet so that if when you rotate, they're shifting, keep them in line so you're only going as far as your ribs will take you round. That's it. Again, everyone just relax their shoulders. Allow the arms to be really heavy. Think oranges under armpits to get the sides of our bodies supporting us. So more, think taller again. Lift the heart a little bit. Everyone, I think, could lift the heart. So you're sitting as proud as you can. That's it. And if it's really easy, depending on how heavy your weights are, as you rotate, feel free to open and close and center and in and open and close and center. Whatever you want to do. If you don't want to have weights, lose them. That's looking good. Liz, keep those feet together and don't allow them to shift. So make the rotation a little bit smaller. Good, Elaine. Fiona, just be careful your arms aren't going further than your chest. Keep them in line with your chest. One more each side. That's it. Good. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, my Lord. Right. So arms out in front of you. We will spine stretch forward. Again, if you want to lose the weight, please do so. Imagine someone's pulling your tummy behind you as you stretch forward and sitting nice and tall again. So breathing out, nod the chin, nod the head between the arms. So getting some nice flexion in the very lower back. That's the aim anyway. Mine is rubbish. Almost ending up like a little hairpin. That's good. And sitting nice and tall. Allow the shoulders to be relaxed as much as possible. Good. And 2 more. That's looking great. Final time. And then open the legs and we will soar. So arms in front, either side of the legs, breathing in to rotate, breathing out and breathing in and out. And again, lose the weights if they're getting in the way. Depends how heavy they are. So rotating one way, reaching for your little toe, peeling back up, then centering. So breathing in to rotate, breathe out, peel towards the foot, Breathe in to restack and center. That's it. So like working through the spine, putting all of that spine twist and spine stretch forward together. That's it, Fiona, good. I'm well impressed you're working with such heavy weights. Good. Keeping both bum cheeks on the floor again, remember. So even though you're rotating and reaching for the little toe, the other side is glued to the mat. And we'll do one more on each side, or balance yourselves up. And then give everything a little wiggle and a jiggle. And we're coming on to hands and knees for our dog with a difference. So Elaine, if your knees are not feeling up to it today, do toe taps. So find your nice quadruped position. Have a look where your feet are. They should be in line with your knees and shoulders over wrist, slight bend of the elbow. Grabbing one weight, we're going to just extend arm and leg so you're in a nice long line and place it back. So we're going to do 10 of these. That's it. So you're trying to make sure as you extend the leg, you don't arch the back and lift it. It stays in a long line. You're drawing up through the abdominals. And as ever, I've forgotten to count. So we're going to do 3 more. 3 to extend and come back. And 2. Final time, leave the long leg and arm out there. Bend the knee so your heel is up to the ceiling. And then we're going to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And then change sides. Reset yourself up. Make sure you're in a nice strong position. Tummy button drawing into your spine. And extend for 10. And back. And 9. And back. 8. So your back's not moving, shoulders aren't moving, tummy button's drawing in to activate those abdominals. And 4, she says with confidence. 3, it's looking very nice, everyone. 2, final 1, extend that long leg, keep the arm out there, bend the knee, heel to the ceiling and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And we can stay kneeling, but sort of on sitting kneeling, if that makes any sense. When you're ready, no rush at all. Have a moment to reset. Going to work one side and then the other. So a lot of upper body stuff coming here. But as ever, you can lose the weights. Starting with some deltoid work. Thinking nice width from the ear to the shoulder. Elbow pointing away from you, hand by the ear. And simply extend and bend. Extend and bend. And you're trying to keep that upper shoulder down. That's it. Good. And if it's too much on your knees, you can stand or you can sit, obviously. And one more. Very nice. And then change sides. Same thing, focus on the setup. So elbow in line with your shoulder, hand to your ear, and then extend, keeping the upper shoulder from lifting up, which is quite hard. I like to breathe out so I extend the arm up. And breathe in to bring it back down. So you're thinking the big scapula behind your back, keeping you strong, and even oranges under armpits to get all of those muscles supporting and engaged. One more. And lose it back to the right hand side. Arm out to the side, a bend in the elbow. And if you're kneeling, we're going to sort of kneel up as well. So we're going to squeeze the bum to kneel and just bring the arm overhead. So it's like that, and then come back down again. So again, keeping the shoulder down, breathing out to come up, or just stand or kneel or sit if you don't want to, or if your knees are not feeling right. So the arm stays in exactly the same position. You're just lifting and lowering, keeping the shoulder down, keeping the abs engaged. You're squeezing the bum to lift yourself up. Final time. That's looking lovely, everyone. Very impressed. And then change sides. Set yourself up right, elbow down, bend in the arm, and then it comes up overhead and down. And if you take your imagination to behind the shoulder, that's where all the work's happening to support you. Abs are engaged, you're squeezing the bottom, so you're getting full thigh workout and glute workout. Good. Two more. Final time. Give the shoulder a little wiggle, back to the other side. Drawing a sword. So imagine you've got a sword in a nice holster on the opposite hip. Elbows pointing away from you, shoulder is down. We're going to draw that sword out of the holster. Elbow stays pointing to the ceiling as you extend the arm. Bend it and back. And again, keeping the shoulder as down as you can. The elbow stays pointing up. So Marie, draw it out. Just extend the arm. That's it. I know it's a really painful one, but yes, with your bad shoulder, be careful. And everyone, the elbow point stays up. So you're not opening your arm, you are opening the bottom half of your arm from the elbow. That's it, Maud. And it is a real challenge to keep the elbow pointing upwards without twisting over. One more. Oh. And then shake, change sides. Oh. So draw the sword out of the holster, keeping the elbow pointing upwards. Bend and back again. Keeping the shoulders down, keeping the abdominal muscles engaged to support you. That's it. Good. Very nice. Keep breathing, whatever you're doing. And two more. Good. And then we will take our elbows so they're just slightly in front of our ribs. If you can hold the weight so your palms are facing upwards or no weights at all, you keep the elbows there as you breathe out. And you feel some opening around the upper shoulder and close again. So arms stay on the same level and close. Working around the rotator cuff, but also getting our latissimus dorsi around the back of the body doing some work too. So keeping the abs really engaged. That's it. One more. And then change it so your palms are facing forward. Same thing. You're just targeting slightly different muscles within the same area. Or rather, targeting in a slightly different way. That's good. 2 more. Final time. And then we will extend the arms in front, no respite. And you can kneel upwards so you're getting some bum work as well if you wish, or just stay where you are. Key is to have the arms the same level. We will do our biceps. So breathing out, bring the weights to your shoulders, breathing in to extend without dropping the arms. Keeping the backs of the shoulders wide. That's it. So arms in line with your shoulders, keeping on that same height if you can. And of course, lose the weight at any point if it's too much. Still targeting the same muscles with or without the weights. It's just extra hard. One more. Keeping the bum squeezed if you're kneeling upwards. And then either kneeling or standing, angle your body slightly forward so you're on a nice straight line. Take the arms behind you, reach them away from you. Imagine you've got a pole beneath your armpits, and we'll tricep curl. So you keep the elbows where they are. Keep the wrists strong, and you're just bending and extending those elbows, getting rid of those bingo wings. We can dream. That's it. So don't allow the wrists to bend, keeping the arms where they are. That's it. Good. Breathing out to extend, breathing in to bend. Doing marvelous. 2 more. And then we can lose the weights for good. We'll start to stretch out and just do a couple more things. So draw one arm across the body to really find some lovely stretch through the shoulder. Breathe. Thank your body for what it's doing. And then swap sides. That's it. And then as long as you don't get any pain, cross the arms just above the elbow, wrap them round each other so the palms face. If the palms don't face, back of the hands together, then press them slightly away from you and up towards the ceiling to really increase the stretch around the shoulder area and the biceps and triceps that have worked so hard. Again, breathing into that and release them down. Open up and change sides and see whether one side you can wrap and get the palms together easier than the other. Oh, I really feel this one. Oh, wonderful. And then release the arms. And we'll come onto our sides. So if you've got a cushion or a head block, just have it underneath you. We'll do our lovely chest release. So you start lying on your side with your knees bent up, stacked one on top of the other. Excuse me, arms out in front. Think about drawing the underneath shoulder away from the mat and the abs are drawing in. We're just going to breathe in to take the arm to the ceiling. Breathe out, open the chest. So nice rotated position, knees stay together and on top of each other, and just breathe in this position. Couple of breaths, and then on the next out breath that you're comfy, really make sure you're engaging the abs, drawing the ribs back to bring your arm back to the ceiling and back to the start. And just do one more of those. Breathing in to lift the arm to the ceiling, breathing out to continue the rotation just from the ribs, getting a lovely rotational stretch. Couple of deep breaths in there. And then breathing out, come back to the start. That's it. Before we roll over onto the other side, roll over onto your front. Separate your legs. We'll do a cobra just to get some stretch in our upper back. So start with the elbows bent, probably about shoulder width and shoulder height. Squeezing the bottom, abs are engaged, press into the forearms. Think lifting the heart, reaching away from you. So you just come up until you feel a beautiful stretch from your tummy button through your chest. If you're feeling anything in your lower back, keep it small. And then take yourself back down again. So breathing out, squeezing the bottom to make sure the back's safe. Tummy button to spine, lifting the heart, keeping the chin nodded. And if you're happy there and nothing's hurting, you can extend your arms into a nice straight cobra. And then bend the elbows to bring yourself back down again. That's it. And everyone, make sure your chins are nodded so you're not squidging the back of your neck as you come up. One more. Really think lifting through the heart. Crown of the head reaching away. Liz, just chin nodded a little bit more. That's it. That's a lovely position. Good. And back down. Final time. Imagine the back of your shoulders are like little Roman blinds. They're stretching down your back towards your hips as you're up there, heart lifting. And then come back down to the mat. And roll over onto the other side to do that final chest opener again. So knees bent up, arms straight out in front of you. That's it, Liz. In a little diving position, then you're breathing in to take the arm to the ceiling, breathing out, rotating the ribs to watch the arm go behind you. Couple of breaths in at this position. And then breathing out, tummy button to spine, draw the ribs back round, lifting the arm back to the start. And do one more of those. That's it, keeping those knees glued together, really finding the stretch in your body. That's lovely. And then when you've done, come back up to either sitting or standing, wherever you're comfy. We're going to do a neck release, then finish with a roll down and hamstring stretch. Just to make sure there's no tension left through the neck after all that work, drop one ear down to your shoulders. I'm not quite sure whether I mirror you on your thing. So the ear that's towards your shoulder, you're going to take the opposite hand, no, the same hand over your head to the other ear, sorry. You're pressing your head into your hand and then with the free arm pressing back. So you're getting a lovely stretch through the neck, pressing hand into the head and then releasing. And the other side. So I'm going to say what I'm doing. Left ear to left shoulder, left arm up and over to the right ear, pressing my head into my right hand, left hand. Jesus. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then right hand is pressing behind. If I was in a room with you, I'd be all right mirroring and talking properly. Trying to second guess what you're seeing, I'm not sure. And then release. And as I said, finishing with a roll down as we started. So find your nice position, feel big toe, little toe and heel. We're going to nod the head, breathe out, curl forward, work through the whole spine, dingle dangle all the way down. If you need to keep your knees soft, do. Walk yourself forward into a down dog or elephant in Pilates terms. Aiming your heels for the ground, then bend one knee and aim the other leg heel into the ground. So you're getting a nice hamstring stretch all the way through. Breathing in here. Breathing out. Re-engage the abs and change sides. So bend the other knee, send the other heel way into the ground. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then keeping the knees soft, return to the start. So gradually walk your hands towards your feet. Head nice and heavy. Tummy button to spine, drawing yourself in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Standing tall, head up last. Ah, fabulous. Well done. Ready for the rest of the day. I hope you feel you've worked hard enough today for that.
It was great. Thank you.
Good. That's what I like to hear.